Hi, this is Michael from Xplore XPENG, and today I received my software update 5.9.5. So I'm now going to run through all the updates on the system and explain briefly what each one's about. I've got my coffee ready. Hopefully you've got yours. Let's get into it. So I'm going to move my seat forward for this because I'm going to be doing lots of screen work. Okay, let's go into the car settings, go to general, and the update there, as you see, 5.9.58906. Right, the first thing is intelligent cockpit. 5 items have been updated. First one is smartphone integration. So what XPeng have done here is the split screen that we have within the XPeng system, they've introduced that within CarPlay. So you can now split your screen with your CarPlay section or Android Auto with your XPeng section. So within that other part of the screen, you could go and look at your settings, at your nav, at your apps, whilst keeping CarPlay connected here. So that's a really nice feature for those of you that use CarPlay and Android Auto. I don't use it at all. I've looked at it, tried bits out, but I don't have a need for it at the moment. So I may get into that. Maybe that's something I need to do and investigate. But for those that do, that's a really nice split screen facility now. Whilst you're in there, the X dock, the bottom bar here, is always on as well. That will stay visible whilst you're using CarPlay Android Auto. So anything like your heating controls, volume, any other apps you've got here are going to be easily accessible whilst you're in that Android Auto mode. Another nice feature they've added, your location can be used, whether that be your home or work, the things you set in your navigation, they can be used for things like XCombo triggers, so you can trigger something to happen when you arrive at a location. A popular one people have talked about is XGuard and Sentry mode. If you only want that on when you're at work and not at home, or you only want it on when you're at home, then you can do that with a location trigger now, so that's really useful. Within your phone's contacts, you've always been able to upload your phone's contacts into the system, but now you can have it show your favorites. So this is how that screen now looks. You've now got your recent phone calls, your main contacts, and your favorites. Okay, excellent. So you can now pick those very quickly. That's superb. Okay, so they've improved the calendar facility. You've always been able to import your calendar appointments when you have your phone connected by Bluetooth. It asks you if you want to import your calendar. So you've always been able to do that, but now you can separately import your calendar via its own file, and there's a lot more functionality there. For instance, within an event, if it's got a phone number, you can click on that phone number and dial out straight away. So that's a lot more intuitive and useful. Voice control has been improved. It can now recognize more street addresses, restaurant names, common locations, more accurate in English, German, French, Cantonese and Thai. You can also ask what's the ETA during navigation. You can see that on your screen, both screens in fact, so not quite sure of the usefulness of that. Continued conversation, when you say hey XPeng and then ask for a command and ask it something, it will continue to listen. There was a setting where it did that anyway, would continue listening for 20 seconds. So now I think that's just more intuitive again. It continues listening until you say goodbye or bye, or after 20 seconds of saying nothing. So that's really useful. I used to get frustrated when you asked it something. If it didn't understand, it would say, please try again, but then it would shut off. and you wanted it to stay on, so you could try again. So hopefully that's an improvement there. There's more vehicle settings usable by voice command now as well. On the original car, you had automatic air vents, or you had touchscreen controllable air vents, not manual like we have in the facelift. So you can now control those via your voice as well. You can now turn on your wireless charging pads on and off, which you couldn't do before, child locks, and also turn on mindfulness space by voice. And you don't have to go through the screen. So again, a lot safer to use whilst driving. It's also now seems to be connected to the outside world a bit better, so you can ask it for weather in cities around the world. You can get forecasts for up to 14 days. So whilst you're driving, you might suddenly think, I'm on holiday next week. What's the weather in Egypt when I'm there? If you've got your calendar synced up, then you can ask the car to tell you what your schedule is for the next 3 days. Now we have navigation. You now have a Google-powered destination search. So the search in the nav now uses Google data rather than just TomTom data. So you'll get a lot more locations using that. It's far more powerful, far more knowledge, I would imagine, than the old TomTom system. So that's going to be a lot better for finding the right destinations. They've improved what's now playing. So on radio, we used to have information on the driver's screen here and on the dock, and if you've got the music up on the main screen, but it wouldn't show you the actual song name, which is available if you're on DAB. Now it does do that. It was always there. Now it displays that, and the artist, station name, etc. And there's a thing called media sound effects. You can customize the sound focus position in the cabin for a more personalized listening experience. Now I believe you used to be able to do that. Let's have a look at that. So within the settings, sound, where's my sound? Sounds. And here, we've always been able to customize that position. So it looks slightly different, but it was always there, so I'm not entirely sure what that's about. Leave that central. And they've also now added some video guides into the owner's manual, some how-to videos. So they're quite useful, a lot easier than reading lots of text if you can actually visually see how things work. I find learning like that a lot better, hence YouTube videos I watch lots of. I just find it easier. Okay, so that's all the intelligent cockpit changes. Now we have XPilot Assist. Regarding the ACC and LCC, there's been some changes. There's a new feature, curve deceleration switch. Allows you to manually enable or disable automatic deceleration on curves for a more flexible driving experience. Now straight away, I'm thinking of my journeys when I've got ACC on and LCC. There's some curves where the car slows down too much, so I would want to turn that off. There's other curves where it doesn't slow down enough, so I'd want to have it on. So that's going to take a little bit of playing with, but I'm not quite sure if you can set that permanently, because I think different roads, different conditions need that at different times, but we'll see. Co-driving experience, the steering wheel handover between driver and vehicle is now smoother with less resistance during transitions. So that's when you've got ACC on and you're cruising, hands on the wheel, but you want to take over maybe a bend that's coming up too fast and you want to take control. LCC isn't quite doing it. I've found that quite smooth already, so if that's even better, then that's a good change. Next one, ACC motorway overtaking. When you change lanes manually while ACC is active, acceleration response is now stronger, making it easier to merge into fast lanes. That's Europe left-hand drive only, so that's not for us. Improved set speed display. The displayed speed now indicates what the target speed will be upon activating the XPilot Assist. Okay, so that's on the ACC settings. A change in the way it displays the speed here. I'll have to use that to see what that's about. All of these things I'm going to do separate videos actually using some of these features to explain them a little bit better. Auto parking assist. A new feature, Customised Parking. Manually designate a nearby parking space for a more flexible parking experience. Yeah, that's great. I park in the cart lodge here. I can't use auto park because there's no lines, but now I'm presuming I can show it the space as long as I'm parked close enough and tell it to auto park within this space. So that'll be a nice one to try tomorrow. An improved parking orientation display. The actual parking orientation, forward in or reverse in, is now displayed in real time through the vehicle model within the parking space frame. Okay, so you can actually now tell it to park in forwards or reverse. That's quite handy. Sometimes you do want to go in reverse so you can quickly come out forwards. Sometimes you might want to go in forwards because you know that the exit you can actually go forwards again and get out that way easier. I need some coffee. A lot of talking. Then we have exit direction selection. When exiting a parking space, you can now select the desired direction, straight, left or right, based on actual road conditions for more flexible parking manoeuvres. Available only when you exit a space after reverse parking. So you've got to reverse in, come out forwards. You can tell it on its own to go left or go right. Another addition to the parking assist. I don't use it a great deal. It's been handy on a few occasions, but it's more of a gimmick to show people, I think. Next we have intelligent main beam is improved. Improved performance reduces issues such as unintentional main beam activation or delayed switch to dipped beam for safer and more reliable nighttime driving. So just an improvement in the reaction times. So that's a good thing. Okay, so that's the XPilot amendments. Now we're on to enhanced driving and riding experience. Comfort experience. A new feature, quiet mode for remote climate control via the XPENG app. Operates the AC at a lower noise level, making features such as rapid heating, cooling, high temperature sanitization and windscreen defrost quieter and less disruptive to the cabin. So just a reduction in sound noise. That's a good thing as long as they haven't reduced the performance. The max cooling feature on here is fantastic when you get in after it's been a hot day. Cools down really quickly, so hopefully that's not made a change to the effectiveness by trying to reduce the noise. An improved feature, they've adjusted the default AVAS, that's acoustic vehicle alerting system, volume to reduce perceived noise both inside and outside the vehicle at low speeds, enhancing the overall driving experience. Now personally, I've not found it a major problem. Some people have said they can hear the sound that the car emits at low speeds. They can hear that inside the vehicle. I don't have my music on loud. I have it on 5, 6, 7 volume. Generally the radio, so it's not booming music. And I can't hear that. I think it's at 12 miles per hour and below. I can't hear that outside generally. But if they've made that slightly lower, then that's great. As long as it's still audible outside, that's the main reason for it and why you'd want it. Then we have vehicle convenience. We've got improved Bluetooth UWB key stability for more timely Bluetooth network wake up and smoother unlocking. So that's the unlocking locking feature that a lot of people complain about. I've not had problems. It opens for me 9 times out of 10 when I walk up with the phone. Definitely doesn't work as well if you have it in your trouser pocket as a man. If I have it in a jacket pocket, that's better because of that experience. I believe that it's at a better height for the car to detect it, and obviously if it's in your hand, that's better. But if they've improved that for the people that have having trouble with it, then that's brilliant. New rear wiper sync. The rear wiper interval now automatically adapts to the front wiper speed, so they'll go together at the same speed in sync. The faster the front wipers, the shorter the rear wiper interval, ensuring clearer rear visibility on rainy days. New anti-lock tailgate. Automatically reopens the boot and alerts you via voice prompt and an app notification if a key, that's a phone key or a key fob, are detected inside the boot after the tailgate is closed, preventing the key from being locked inside the vehicle. That's a great feature. I have heard people saying that they've shut the car, left their key fob inside or phone, and it has auto locked on them. That's not great. I know if you leave a phone in the car, it does warn you audibly. It tells you you've left a phone in the car as you're getting out. So you shouldn't leave a phone in there, but you could be in the boot, put a phone down, put a key down, shut the boot and forget it. So the fact it now doesn't lock, that's really good. Okay, then we have infotainment and XPilot assist, improved FM and DAB experience, optimized link strategy for smoother, uninterrupted listening, as well as improved interface, list refresh, and interaction for more intuitive operation. Again, not something I've had a problem with. I listen to 2 or 3 different radio stations, not lots, and generally the connection is really good. My old car used to cut out a little bit more, and there's a certain area where it does cut out where there's no signal, and this car does the same. But other than that, it's been really good. But if they've improved that again for those that are having problems with it, brilliant. Fix the issue where the steering wheel heating would automatically turn off after approximately 30 minutes. Heating now stays on when activated, ensuring more reliable operation in winter. Yeah, you know, if you don't want it on, you can turn it off. So why should the car turn it off for you after 30 minutes? So that's a good addition. Driving experience improved. Improved hill start rollback prevention. When starting on a mild slope after the brake is released, the vehicle no longer rolls backwards, making urban driving more worry-free. Yeah, I've seen someone on the Facebook G6 UK group saying that they live in a hilly area, they have to park on a hill, and this has been a problem for them where it rolls back too much before he can accelerate. So that's a good change, and hopefully that's fixed it for that person and any other that has that problem. Improved headlight switch logic while driving. The lights cannot be switched to off or position light mode when the vehicle is in motion, ensuring safer driving with proper lighting. Yeah, of course, if it's dark, you shouldn't be able to switch the lights off. I know in old cars, ICE cars, you could do that, all manual switches, but it's dangerous. You shouldn't be able to do that in the dark. So yeah, that's a good safety feature. Safety and connectivity, new feature, T-Box's support for NG eCall, automatically contacts rescue service in an emergency, enhancing driving safety. Yeah, that's fantastic. If you have an accident, to automatically call the rescue service is a great feature. If you've got that technology built into the car, why not do it? If that can help save someone's life, then that's amazing. Then the final section, 3 more items that have changed. Charging and energy replenishment experience enhancement. Charging experience improved, significantly improved charging success rate with Tesla version 3 and version 4 chargers for a smoother charging experience. Now, I used a Tesla charger. I think it may have been an older one. It only went up to about 100 kilowatts per hour charging speed, but it was good. It was reliable, plugged in, chose the charger number on the app, and it started. No lots of tapping, swiping, unplug, plug back in, etc., etc. But some people obviously having problems, so they've improved that. Improved charging speed in low temperatures, that's really good. More efficient recharging during winter travel. Improved cold weather battery thermal management strategy. Enhanced battery performance in low temperatures. Yeah, that's amazing. If in the winter all those things are improved, we get a better charging experience, faster charging experience, then that's fantastic. Improved fix the issue where the displayed state of charge on the vehicle differed from the state of charge shown on the charger after charging. Improved charge data display accuracy. Yeah, I've noticed briefly sometimes you get a different charge percentage displayed on the phone app or the vehicle, and that takes a little while to sync up, but that just may be a Bluetooth connection issue. But this is to do with a public charger where it shows different to what's on the screen here, so they've synced that up. Now that's great. Then you have range and energy consumption display. Improved the range display accuracy. Multiple state of charge algorithms have been optimized to minimize discrepancies between the displayed and actual ranges. Additionally, the state of health display strategy for new battery packs has been optimized to prevent inaccurate state of health readings during the early life of the new packs. Okay, again, just a discrepancy between what was being displayed. So yeah, again, if that's improved accuracy, all good. Improved energy consumption display. Energy chart and average energy consumption data are now available for post-charge cycles and trip distances, enabling more detailed range management. Fixed the issue where the displayed energy consumption for a trip was inconsistent with the displayed energy consumption for the last 100 kilometers. Yeah, I don't look a lot at the stats. I just drive, I look at my range on the dynamic range. I don't tend to look at the efficiency graphs too much. I know some people really focus on it, trying to get their miles per kilowatt hour up. And yes, I had heard that there were some discrepancies on a couple of the different figures and charts. So if they fix that, that's excellent. And then lastly, Driving safety and in-vehicle experience. They've removed the limit that prevented shifting out of park when the driver's seat backrest was reclined, and eliminated the associated warning prompt. You can now shift freely regardless of seat angle. I get that, because at certain angles you'd want to be able to park and shift out of park, but if it's too far back, you know, there's got to be a limit. You don't want to be laying down and be able to put the car in drive. That's potentially dangerous. Hopefully that's just a change of limit, but not to the point where you could do that if you were laying down. If you were to knock the lever by mistake, if you were laying down asleep at night, that could be pretty dangerous. Hopefully that's not an issue there. In thermal runaway conditions, the vehicle actively indicates the location of the emergency door unlock switch to help occupants respond quickly in an emergency. Yeah, that's useful. The screen, I would presume now, will show you where to locate the emergency pull. It's a little lever inside the door pockets here. The back one's more difficult to find. It's got a yellow label on it. You have to pop the cover off and pull the cable inside. It's really important with this to explain that to your kids, to any guest that gets in the car, how they would get out if you had an accident and you lost all power. So I'm not quite sure how the screen would show that if you lost all power and the doors wouldn't open. Maybe there's some way that gets power from a backup battery maybe, but yeah, I don't know about that. Improved vehicle status prompts in rescue towing mode. Clear towing instructions are now provided before towing begins, preventing motor system damage caused by incorrect operation. So with these cars, there's obviously different ways to treat them compared to old petrol diesel engine cars. And if you're being towed, there's in-vehicle prompts which will tell the towing company what they need to do. So that's useful. And then lastly, reduce thermal management system noise during parking and low-speed driving for a quieter cabin. Okay, so yeah, just lowering the noise of the battery thermal management, I presume, so that, yeah, at low speed you don't hear it so much. Again, hopefully that doesn't affect the performance of that, because you need to have that thermal management in place. Okay, so that is all of the updates. I will obviously do some practical tests of all these things where I can, and put out videos showing those, so I can really explain to you and show you exactly how these things work. So for now, I hope that verbal explanation of all the updates has been useful. If you haven't got your car yet, you know what's coming. If you have got your car, haven't looked through it, maybe you're a more visual person, then the videos coming up will help you more. But yeah, if it's been useful, if you liked it, then please press the like button below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Lots more videos coming up which will help you. Turn alerts on so you get a notification of the next video. Below there's some links that will help you as well with accessories, discount code I've got now with nice EVs. If you aren't already, then become a member of the XPENG G6 UK Facebook group. That's really helpful. Lots of useful information there from owners who've owned the G6 since April, May last year. And there's some great features coming up on that as well, which will really enhance the experience. It's not just your normal Facebook group. It's going to really be a fantastic place to be part of. So check out all those links in the description below. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.